Guys, it's me, Shaw 360, and I'm coming to you much later than I expected to. I had plans to do an entire week of videos for my birthday week, and then on my birthday start a giveaway. But I haven't been feeling good, you guys, and because of it, I just haven't felt up to making these kind of videos. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like it's hard to make unboxing videos. Like, that's not the thing. It's more that when it comes to the talking, when I'm not feeling so hot, I get very tongue-tied, I kind of trip over myself, and the video comes out at a much less acceptable quality for me personally. And that really sucks because this is a video I meant to have ready yesterday because yesterday was a really important day. Yesterday was the 3,000th day since Shinee debuted as Shinee. So that's a really big day for Showalls. But again, I wasn't feeling good. I did attempt to tape something, but again, I was just stumbling over my words and I was making these really gross snorting noises because of the sinus infection. So it just really didn't pan out. So right now I'm feeling just a little bit better. So I thought I should just do this while I have the energy, and so this is an unboxing of the Shinee World IV DVD. I got this DVD from kmall24.com on one of their mega deals. It was $25.99. I don't own any other of the Korean concert DVDs. This is the only one I have, but this matches really nicely with the Shinee World IV CD packaging that I got, so I thought I'd go ahead and get it and have the match set. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go back and get the other concert DVDs because, like I've said before, I'm not a big fan of concert noises, and I don't think I'd ever watch it, but at the same time, you know, it's Shinee, and the temptation to collect everything is so strong. But this is the front of the DVD right here, and this is the second press version. It did not come with the mouse pad. Then you've got the spine right here, as you can see. Then you've got the back, and I would say this is the track list, but it's not. It's the set list, I guess is what you'd call it. And it's got subtitles in Korean, Japanese, and Chinese, but not English, which kind of sucks. I would have appreciated some English subtitles. You know, I don't understand why they print these things in English, but there's no English subtitles. Like, just make the extra step, SM. Just do it. Just do it. But, you know, I digress. Then you have the two CDs right here. I'm sorry, the two discs for the DVDs right here. So these are the two discs. They're very pretty. I really like this kind of deeper royal blue as well. I mean, it's not the shiny color, but it still looks really good with the emblem. I think it stands out a lot more there. Then you have the photo book over here. Now, in terms of comparing the photo book for the DVD to the photo book for the CDs, the CD photo book is magnificent. It's the best Shinee memorabilia merchandise that I own. This photo book is not bad. It's just weird because they made it to where you could rip out the pages and insert them into the mouse pad. And I guess there are people who are like rich and would do that. I wouldn't. So it's just weird to me, but it's still really nice for what it is. And at the price that I paid for it, it's actually right. But if I was paying the real price, which is like close to $50, I think I'd be very disappointed. So we're here with the first page. Opens up to Shinee World in Seoul 2015 4. And then you've got a picture of the audience. Oh man. So I had this really crazy dream before I filmed this. I took a nap because I was feeling sick. I woke up and I had a dream that somebody had sent me a Google Plus message saying that Shinee World 5 was coming to Dallas. And the dream was so vivid that I actually woke up emotional and looking for a way to buy tickets. Sometimes. But yeah, here's the audience here. And then on the back of the pages, the way it's done is that if it's a group picture, then you have the group signatures on the back. But if it's an individual, then you only have the individual's signature on the back. And it's the same signature. It's not even like they had them sign it differently every time. It's the exact same printed signature on the back of all the pictures. So here they are on one of the sets. I really, really hate those hats. I've always thought those hats were so silly looking. Here's another set here. I like that one. I love it when they wear their kind of pseudo-military clothes. I don't know. I think a man in a uniform, it just works for me. Always has. Your Number. I love that song. Okay. So this is them in their suits. And every time I see Key in the pinstripe suit, I always think about the pictures of him when he was doing the Bonnie and Clyde musical. But yeah, I love seeing Shinee in suits. In fact, I think I was one of the only people that really liked the Dream Girl era when they were doing the floral suits. I thought that was so cute, but other people, less than impressed. Then we have Shinee again, group picture. You know, I don't know how I feel about Key's hair during this era. I mean, I kind of like Key with a little bit longer hair because we're not used to seeing that. But at the same time, I don't know. I think I would have liked it better if it was maybe straighter. I wasn't really too fond of a lot of the curl they had in his hair, or like the kind of like rumpled look they had. Another great picture of Shinee in their, what do they call them? The phone booths? I guess it's like British phone booths. That's what the print is on all their clothes. It's pretty awesome. These outfits. These outfits are special because this is the outfit that Minho wears before he rips his jacket off and gives you Ab City. So yeah, good times. Here we are back with the ugly ass hats. I hate those hats so much. I just really do. I've always thought those were, I mean, look at them. Look at them. They look like bobbleheads. There's this one gif that's on Tumblr where I think, is it Jonghyun that has his hand over Minho's head and Minho like sways his body like Jonghyun is holding his head up. He looks like a bobblehead basically. But yeah, every time I think of these hats, I think of that gif because those hats, atrocious. And more of our paramilitary stuff, which I love. Oh, look at them. They look so good, like a dream. More of the kind of phone booth print clothes. And they ride these carts through the audience. It's so cool. I can imagine how awesome it would be. Like, if you had a seat kind of in the back, but then they bring the cart around so you actually get to see Shinee up close. That's got to be amazing. Now we're on to the individual pictures. So the first individual picture we have, hopefully you guys can see it well, we have Jonghyun here. It's a good picture of him. And then this is what I was saying about how it's just got his signature on the back of the page. Then you have another awesome picture of him, which I'm so proud of Jonghyun because he's just grown so much as a songwriter. I didn't talk about it very much when I did my last SM haul, but the album For She Is, the more I listen to it, the more I'm convinced that Jonghyun really is just going to go ahead and retire being an idol one day and be a full-time songwriter, because there's so much care that he took to not just the writing of the lyrics and not just the crafting of the melodies, but also vocal direction. He's really great at that, and I could definitely see him being the kind of person that writes more for other idols and making that his career. Like, he might be the next Isuman. We'll see. Then you have another picture of Jonghyun right here in the crazy hat and the big shirt. It's such a weird outfit. I don't know. You know, I love you, Shinee, but sometimes the costuming, I question. Then we have Onu right here. Today is a really big day for Onu because his single on SM Station came out. It's him and another artist named Lee Jina, I think. And it's a jazz song, but it's a really nice song, very pleasant. It's got one of those kind of cartoon style illustrated videos, but it's actually super relaxing. Like, I was watching it earlier today and I'm like, wow, this gives me a really fun, relaxed kind of trancey vibe, even though it's not trance music. Obviously it's very clearly jazz, but yeah, I like it a lot, and it makes me still bemoan the fact that Onu does not want to do a solo project. But then again, I think that's what makes him such an awesome leader, is that Onu has never really put his career and kind of his individual pursuits over the entire group. And I think that's really awesome of him because he definitely could do it. He's got one of the most distinctive voices in all of K-pop. There just isn't anybody else in any other group that sounds like him. So if he wanted to go solo, that's definitely something he could do. But I appreciate that he saves his talents to make the rest of the group great. So thank you very much. Appreciate it, leader. Okay, now we have Key. Got this picture of Key. I hate that they chose this picture because of the way that the light is. Like, first of all, his neck looks crazy, and you can't really see his face all that good. So I wish they had picked a different picture because this is actually not a bad looking outfit on him. It's just tragic the way that light is shining. One of my favorite moments in the fan meet is when Key was asked about his fashion sense, and he said very clearly that sometimes he goes out the house looking crazy. And I thought it was really cool of him to acknowledge that because lately I have really hated his hair and some of the stuff he wears to the airport. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But he did follow that up with saying, his fashion is a way of expressing himself. And I totally get that because, I mean, when you're an idol, the company demands so much of you, and so much of everything you do is highly scripted and choreographed. So I think in a lot of ways his fashion is one of his few main outlets. So I really respect it, and definitely the fans do too. There are a lot of guys that were at the fan meet, and a lot of them were dressed in really extreme fashion, but I think that's because Key makes them feel comfortable to do so. So I think it's really important that he continues to show his personality in that way, even if it's not popular, even if he looks crazy. The fact that he's daring like that and that he chooses a way, however subtly, to express his individuality, I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm here for it, Key. Oh, now I have Minho. Oh, God love him. Look at him. Look at him. Whew. So I was reading something on Tumblr about the fact that during this period of time, Minho was on a very extreme diet to get this kind of muscle definition, that this is not how he naturally is. And I felt really bad about that. I felt really bad because in a lot of ways, much of what I appreciate about Minho does have to do with his looks in some fashion, but I mean, there's other things I love about Minho as well. I love the fact that he's like the consummate Shinee cheerleader. Whenever any of the members of Shinee are on any variety show, or if they have their own solo projects, Minho always is there to support. He'll go with people to fashion shows. He'll let you call him if you're on television, you need another member to talk to on the phone. He'll show up to people's musicals. He'll show up to the set of their dramas. Like, he really is Shinee's biggest fan, and it just sucks that people discount him because even though he's Shinee's biggest fan, he's not a very strong singer. He's not a very prolific rapper in terms of, being known as like a really great MC. And a lot of people see him as just the visual, but I think you need somebody like him in your group who's kind of always there to cheer the other members on. Oh, here's his signature. You guys didn't see that. Because I think that's the reason why Shinee's able to stay together the way they are. Yes, they all have individual pursuits, but with Minho kind of saying, don't forget the team. It's all about the team. I'm on your side. I'm in your corner. I think he brings it back home for a lot of people, and I really appreciate him for that. And that's part of the reason why he is my bias, because Minho takes kind of all the negative things that people have to say, and he uses those negative things that people have about him to be kind of one of the defining positive things about himself. It's like, yeah, I may not be the greatest singer or greatest dancer in Shinee, but I'm still in Shinee, and that's amazing, and I'm going to try my hardest to contribute in any way I can. If I'm not the greatest dancer and I'm not the greatest singer, I'm going to be the greatest Shinee member, and I just love him for it. And then we have Taemin, and I totally saw a different side to Taemin in the fan meet. Like, I definitely have had my conflict with Taemin over the years, not because he's done anything wrong, but just of the other members, he was the one whose personality I just really could never get a handle of. He just seemed very enigmatic to me. Like, I couldn't tell what kind of person he was. Because he's quiet in interviews a lot of the time. He doesn't really speak up that much, and definitely he kind of stays in his performer mode most of the time. We don't really get to see a lot of him as an individual. But seeing him at the fan meet and seeing him open up to the audience, seeing him open up to the other members, and seeing how much more comfortable he's gotten in expressing himself as a person, I now realize that part of what it is that we've spent the last few years watching Taemin go from being a boy, literally a boy, to becoming a man. And I think that's the reason why I had a hard time connecting with him, because I was grown when I met Shinee. So I haven't been growing in the same way that he has. And now that he's kind of gotten to a place of adulthood and he's more sure about his career and his identity as an artist, I think now I'm getting to know the real Taemin, and I really like what I'm seeing. I'm very proud of him as a performer. I really like where he's going musically with a lot of things he's doing. And I'm really excited to see where he goes from here. I've definitely changed my tune on, how I feel about him, where I see him going. And I truly do, as I always have, wish him the best. And if it comes out later on that, Shinee does have to break up and SM does do what it seems like they're trying to do, which is propel Taemin into solo stardom, I'm going to continue support. I'm not going to blame him for the breakup of Shinee, because I really do think no matter what, I think these 5 individuals, they share something that definitely, no matter where they go outside of the group, can't be erased. You know, nobody else was there when they became the stars that they are. Yes, there were coordinators and choreographers and costumers and stuff, but when it came to that stage, it's just always been the five of them up there on that stage throughout the entire thing. And I think that's a bond that they share that's going to keep them, if not in each other's lives as co-workers, I think it's going to keep them in each other's lives as friends. And that's something that makes me happy. I really do hope that if Shinee does break up and they decide not to be a group anymore, if the next 3,000 days doesn't happen, you know, I hope that they can leave all this as friends, and I hope they can leave all this with the love that us Shawwals have for them, because we have a lot of love for them. But yeah, that is my unboxing, and I know this took a long time, probably way longer than it had to, but I'm just going to be uploading random unboxings like for the next few weeks, I guess. I don't have any kind of rhyme or reason to what I'm going to be talking about or what I'm going to be doing, but I definitely want to be uploading stuff a little bit more frequently, because I think that's just the best idea. Because I think if I upload stuff a little bit more frequently, I'll be less awkward on camera, because I feel like maybe today I was kind of awkward on camera. So talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.